Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. And tell us a little bit about the driving that you've managed to do. Obviously, Rennsport has made some announcements this weekend about the Praga and about the closed beta. Has it been to kind of get involved and sit in the rig?
Yeah, good. Like, I mean, obviously, that was one of the most things I was looking forward to because I had played the Rennsport like 4 months ago with the early ESL build, and now to compare how different it is after just a few months of the development is super nice, from my perspective. And I really cannot wait to people to sign for the closed or drive the closed beta. They will try the game, they will see how it is, and then let's say another 5 months will go by and they will see the game in the next state. And I cannot wait to see the reactions and how everything is going forward. And the driving was fantastic. Like I just literally like a few minutes ago, I finished driving the BMW on Monza. I was doing some little Praga and other stuff, and it was really, really fantastic.
So, in terms of you said that there's a big step up in terms of the physics and the handling in 4 months ago to now. What would you say if you had to kind of like summarize the key differences and how it feels different in the last 4 months? What would you say the key differences are?
I feel like the tire model is a little bit better. Like the grip is before it was very, very slidey, and now it's like, let's say, 20% less slidey. The sound of the cars is like completely different. Like 4 months ago, it was like non-existing basically, and now I would say the sound is like 90% finished or 80%, 85% finished. So it sounds really good, and the detail and the optimization of the game. Like, feel like we are driving here on like a very high settings, and it looks fantastic. Like the detail of the Unreal Engine. When you play any game with the Unreal Engine,
Yeah.
you see the detail, and you see it here. There's like so many things. I was just driving on Hockenheim and Monza, and I was like, instead of driving on the road, I was just trying to like see what is everywhere. Like there's like trees and the crane with the camera, and they have the lights for like a yellow flag, like they have in Formula One.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, there's so much stuff around, and the detail is so incredible.
That's nuts. So, do you think when it launches, when the closed beta launches, do you think Rennsport will have the best graphics of all the sim racing titles? Do you think the Unreal Engine is giving it essentially top spot in terms of comparing the graphics of games? I know Automobilista 2, everyone's very, very, very complimentary about the graphics there, and then obviously ACC at the highest graphics is great. Where do you think Rennsport is going to fit in that like hierarchy?
I think it's going to really, really attack the ACC in this because obviously it's the same engine, right? The Unreal Engine, but they are using the newer one, so they maybe can do like more detail and more stuff. And I noticed on the cars that if you watch the first ESL races and now the detail on the cars, like the reflections, it's actually looking even better than it was before. And I just like I think the important thing is because the game is still obviously in it's alpha stage, right, of the game.
Yeah.
It's like version 0.0.0 something. So obviously the optimization is like, that's one of the things when you develop a game, it's one of the things you do almost last or like later in the production. So I'm very curious how it's gonna impact the players, as well, like at the beginning. But I think what people will notice that the graphics, like the detail and everything, is like very incredible. Like I said, like not only the racetrack, but everything around what you like watching around you, like is really, really nice. And yesterday I was able to try some stuff, and I was like sitting in front of a tree with the pines, and you can literally see the pine tree with everything, which is like, I'm like, it's crazy, It's crazy how far the sim racing or the gaming is going. If I compare it to like Air Factor 1 in 20 or 15 years ago to Air Factor 1, and now you compare it to this, it's like, wow, this is crazy. But yeah, to answer your question, I think it's gonna. I think Automobilista is like a different because it's the Met engine, right? But I think the Rennsport you can really compare good against ACC. But you also have to take in the impact that the game is still not like released. It's like very far from the release. ACC is already 4 years here with a lot of patches and updates. So, but when you go on the first track and you will just leave the pits, you will definitely notice the design and the detail is like absolutely like a step up again. A little bit higher.